Hey everybody, how's it going? Back up here again for another day of fun-filled shenanigans. Well, actually it's only a couple of hours. Don't have much to do today because, yeah, we don't have any bottom end bearings. So, yeah, they're still in the post. So I thought, well, we can fit this exhaust elbow and test fit the muffler, and I brought up the tap so we can refit the power steer pump, and yeah, I think that's probably about it for this little afternoon adventure. So yeah, we'll get stuck into that. That's really about all I've got for you today. Yeah. Find somewhere to put you guys that you might be able to see something. That's right. If I move some stuff around, set that up there. Well, we're getting a bit of wind up here today, so yeah, it might be a little bit breezy in the footage. Alright, reach through here. Yep, I'll be able to get in there. So yeah, I've cleaned out 2 holes. This is the last one. Now don't shoot me, I don't have a full tap and die kit here. I've just got 1 tap and a shifter. So that's going to have to do. But it's getting the job done. Yeah, I ordered, what was it, last weekend? I ordered new bottom end big end bearings, so yeah, I would have thought they'd take only a week, but obviously, yeah. Oh, there was a public holiday in there, so that wouldn't have helped. I suppose it was Easter, yeah, oh, that's probably why. So hopefully, yeah, next week next weekend, when I get back up here, we'll have some bearings to put in it. So we'll just do a little bit of fiddling around today and give you something to watch for the week. Yeah, it's progressively cooling off here. Like, we're in autumn. Well, are we? Yeah, no, we're well into autumn now, so it's going to get cool and it's going to get a bit wet, I would say. It's definitely going to get cool, but it'll probably get a bit wet as well. So yeah, we have to pick our days, so it makes life a little bit difficult for me trying to upload a video a week. Get off there. But we'll see how we go. Yep, get rid of that off there. I don't know, oh yeah, that's going to be long enough, but these might be a bit interesting to get back in here. There's not a lot of room. This is a bit stiff and a bit awkward, which doesn't help. Why are you not moving properly? I can get one started, I'll be right. There we go. Look at this 1/2 inch. Yep, we're right. That one's well on its way. Just I sort of thought these are going to be awkward as hell to get back in. There we go, that's 2. Now, number 3. This is going to be the bad one, I think. Didn't say that, it must be doable because someone pulled these bolts out. Oh no, I think I got it going. Yep, she started. It'll take me half an hour to screw it in though, but it started. At least this won't be flopping around and potentially doing damage and causing problems for me. As long as the bolts aren't too long as well. These are just ones I found. Get up here. In the old bolt bucket. So we'll see. So I don't have anything to shorten them up with, and I don't have any shorter ones. So I think they're going to be too long. Oh dear. Yeah, I think we need to take a few threads off them. Yeah, they're all tight. Well, that's going to have to be a job for next weekend because I do not have anything here to cut them with. Oh well, you know, at least the threads are cleaned up. I can sort of make something with that now. At least that's not going to flop around and end up somewhere it shouldn't. Alright, well, I'll pause the video here and we'll set up and we'll attempt to put this exhaust elbow on. Alrighty. These bolts are through and through bolts, so we might be okay with these. I don't know if these bolts are going to be too long, too short, or just right. But for today, they're going to do. Lucky last in the back. Oh, that's looking okay so far. Yeah, it's a bit of clearance there, yeah, we might be good. Yeah, that's a good spot. Yeah. Extension and ratchet might be there. That's the right size. That's a bit better. Bit off. Not really. It's a bit tight against the. I don't know. Is it just? I think it's just that bolt. Thought it might have been a bit tight against the pipe, but I think that bolt's just a little funny. Yeah, those bolts are a little short. The one in the back's the right length, I think. If I get my hand down in there. Yeah, the thread's nicely level. So I need to get another two the same as that. These ones are a bit on the short side, but it'll do for the moment. Now I just had a realisation. I'll just, you guys, yeah, can't quite see what I'm looking at. We've got clearance here, you know, that's good. We need clearance. But I just realised, as we've seen, oh, get you off there. As we've seen, this frame moves. So that might end up being a bit too far out. But it'll do for a test. To see, really, it needs to come up here, would be nice. But that might be a future project. I just want to get it running and, you know, make sure it does, you know, low crane things and all that sort of stuff's good. Yeah, if that's going to be a bit of an issue, well, we might have to yeah, sort something else out. Oh. So I was actually looking under the front here. I'll show you. I was having a bit of a gander at things and stuff. Oh. So there's your hydraulic pump. That's your factory, I think they call it like a tombstone, you know, the front sort of bolster section. If you can see that, I don't know how well you can. But in here there's a pivot. So there's one on the back as well. So the actual tractor rolls like that in the frame. So I wasn't quite sure how it all worked, but there's a grease point there and you can see where it's moving here. So I'm pretty sure that's a big bearing. Right where that where the hydraulic pump drive goes through. And then the whole frame is solid on the rear axle. Oh, sorry. It's not solid on the rear axle. But as you can see from there, that front axle is solid on the frame, so it keeps the whole front end level and the back oscillates. compared to a standard Fordson where the back is solid and the front oscillates. So I thought that's a little interesting. So yeah, so that's why, yeah, the whole, can you see the gap there? There's your nose cone. So yeah, the actual tractor rocks from side to side within this frame, which is very weird, I'll tell you that much. For free, like it's very weird when you're driving it. So yeah, I really don't know how much the GoPro's picking up. I can hardly see the screen here. I'm assuming it's picking up a little bit of something. Oh, we got that on. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I thought, oh yeah, this will work, but I don't know if it will now. But we can test run it. You know, we can have a bit of muffling action while we run this after we put the bearings in it. So that's the main thing. I was really, yeah, this thing is awfully loud with no muffler on it, especially if you want to run it for extended periods. So I'll clip you guys there, and I'll go grab the exhaust I'm thinking about running, and we'll stick it in. Ooh, that was really close to the GoPro. I'll get you guys out of here. Yeah, the microphone was like right there. So, stick you guys up there. So yeah, this is the muffler I have been using on my Fordson, on the Power Major. A bit loosey-goosey in there, but it'll work. It'll make it a hell of a lot quieter than what it actually, well, than the noise machine it has been. Come on screen, hurry up, thank you. Yeah, the GoPro screen was wanting to turn off and I couldn't see what I was looking the camera at. So, yeah. That pipe really wants to be a bit taller because you want that above the cab, because that'll just rattle through your ears in that cab. Either that or you want to take those panels out of there. Yeah. So that's why they had this big thing on there. Of course there's no muffler in it. I would have thought that would have been a better option than making a massive big pipe. Just yeah, put a bit of a muffler in it would help. Well, that's the way they want to do it. So yeah, I think that bend will might clear the bonnet. But yeah, I don't know if down in here whether or not we're going to have enough clearance action for yeah, for this thing to oscillate. I don't know how far it oscillates. Yeah, if you look, I don't know, I'm just filling in the video, just talking, because there's not, yeah, there's only going to be a short one. Get all this out of here. You can see there, that's like a big boss and a bearing set up in there. So yeah, this whole frame arrangement, the guards don't, by the looks of it. And you can see there, the guards are on the axle. You can see this is a big carry bar for that bearing. So that's how it sort of works. There's two bearings and the whole frame is solid on the front axle, so it oscillates with the front axle, not the rear. Which sort of makes sense for a crane, especially if this is a crane that's going to pick up a good bit of weight. It's sort of, yeah, that makes sense that it would oscillate with the front. So I don't know the lifting capacity of this at all. Like, look out at the boom, you'd expect here there'd be a number, you know, whatever, and the next one there'll be another one, another one. So yeah, I don't know. Gonna be interesting to find out. That's all I can say. I hope it picks up a little bit, like even if it's a 1 ton crane. That would do for most things I pick up. It probably wouldn't pick the back end of a Fordson up, but that's probably about the heaviest thing I'd want to lift, is the back end of a Fordson and that Caterpillar engine. If you could pick that up, that'd be, you know, pretty good. Sorry about this wind. This wind's pretty nasty. See if I can get around here a bit. So yeah, I don't really have a great deal else for you today. It's just been one of those days where not much has really happened. I'll have to do an update video on this thing. Things are still happening on this, but they're happening really slow. I've got so many bits there in boxes waiting for the engine, but yeah, it's just the crankshaft is taking an awfully long time. Yeah, I'll digress. I might leave that we'll do a video about that later. I'll keep out of that wind. So yeah, I'll button this all up and I'll put a I don't know, a cam or something over that exhaust. But I'm itching to have it running now, because we have everything we need once we put that bottom end back together to actually run this thing for an extended period, to actually, you know, get it up to operating temperature, get it all, you know, everything nice and heated up, and get oil flowing, and yeah, actually have a good run with it. So yeah, so yeah, hopefully, well, from when you, what does it be, from when you see this, it'll be a week. Hopefully we might have a video on our, yeah, putting our sump back on and the bottom end bearings, and then yeah, an actual proper run video of it. Get her up to operating temperature, see what weird things it does or doesn't do. There might be a couple of weeks, I don't know. I haven't really done a lot with the hydraulics. I was going to go order some parts, but I'm not a big, you know, I'm not really up with hydraulics that much. So the issue I've got, if anyone on here is good with hydraulics, because I've got a replacement spool valve, because that one, that's one fitting. I don't know if it's in or out for your pressure, and the return is on that side or vice versa. I think that's actually feed, but flip it around, there's nothing, like, it's just a hole. It's just a machined hole. There's no bolts here that you can pull a flange onto it to keep it sealed, and I just don't, if I was going to use this, I don't know how do you keep the hose in there. Like, it's not threaded. Yeah, I would have thought there'd be, there's nothing really much under there besides the mounting bolts. So that's the issue I don't with using this one, and it's a dual spool. I only need one. Yeah, I don't know why there's, I don't know how it's supposed to be retained. I haven't, yeah, I don't know. The replacement valve is all good, it's all threaded, you know, you can get the fittings and blah blah blah, but they're a lot smaller. It's a, because I think these old things, they're higher volume, lower pressure than the new stuff, and I think that valve has got more designed for newer stuff, so smaller ports but higher pressure. So if I run it on this thing, like, the feed and return to this are nearly an inch. I think they're about 1 inch hoses. I was going to size it down to 3/4, and then probably have to size it down when I go into the spool to half. So I don't know if it's going to be really slow if I use that block, that spool valve, or not. I really need to talk to the local hydraulic shop and yeah, see what they have to say, because I'm not an expert on hydraulics, so I might take some photos and might have to trundle in there. But yeah, I've sort of been put behind the 8 ball because I was having time off work soon. I was going to have 2 weeks off, and I thought, great, I can trundle around town, get all the bits I need, you know, talk to the people. There's no time limits because I don't have to get back to work. But yeah, that all fell in a heap because we had another employee had a little bit of lost a family member, and he's turned around and said he wants a month off work. So that means I can't take time off for a month. So that screwed all that. So yeah, I can do certain things in my lunch hour, but organising like all this, that takes like probably a week worth of lunch hours to do, because I only have 1 hour, and you know, there's only so far you can go in an hour before you have to get back to work. So yeah, that's my issue at the moment. So I'll continue on with other stuff and try and, you know, do what I can with all that, and hopefully, yeah, next month I'll get some time off, and yeah, I can organise a lot of things then. But if the winter's coming on fast, and if I'm running out of good days, that's the problem. This is the perfect time to be working on this because it's not real hot and it's not real wet. So yeah, I don't know, it's just a battle. It really is a bit of a battle trying to keep the feed going on these things. So I'll do what I can, can't promise nothing. So yeah, have fun everyone. Like, share, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Comment away. I'll reply to your comments when I can. Yeah, and I'll see all you guys in the next one. Have fun.